Hello, hello, hello. All right, God bless you, everyone. I'm going to give you about a minute to come on. Have some exciting things I want to share with you today. Okay. When you come on, just give me a thumbs up. Say what city, what state, what country you're from. Let me know everything is clear. Okay, come on in, come on in. God bless you. You know, this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. How about you? You know, that is the way I start my day off every morning before I even get out of the bed. I say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. See that, folks? I'm intentional about my day. And that helps me to set my day instead of getting up and saying, oh man, another Friday. No. How are you going to command your day? It's up to you. Okay? All right, listen, let's go ahead and get started. You know, as I often say, ultimately come on a later day, later time. They'll be able to see what we talked about. But let's begin. Hello, everyone. I'm your teacher and spiritual doctor of health and healing, Dexter L. Jones. Let's go ahead and make this disclaimer. That is that the statement you will hear today have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. In the statement, the product we talk about, we're not here to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. This is for educational purposes only, not meant to take the place of your qualified medical practitioner. We're here to educate you, to inform you, to inspire you, to enlighten you, to give you the knowledge that you need for health, wellness, and healing. You know, the Word of God says in Hosea 4:6, God said, my people are destroyed for two reasons. Either a lack of knowledge, meaning you don't know what you need to know, or because you have rejected knowledge. You know it, but you're not applying it. But of course, I got good news for you today. That is that God does not want you to be destroyed. In 3 John 2, he says, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health. There you go, even as your soul prosper. It's the will of God that you be in health every day of your life without one sick day. Okay? God bless you. Well, listen, today I have something I want to talk about. I'm just going to entitle this quickly, 5 signs our nation needs a health revival. Okay, let me say it again. 5 signs our nation needs a health revival. Now, I have some notes here. I want to make sure I cover everything. Don't leave out anything of major importance. But we are in need of a health revival. You know, in church, you have every kind of revival or every kind of conference, but you never hear of a health revival. And a health revival is different from a healing revival. When a healing revival comes, then you know you're dealing more with supernatural manifestations. You're dealing with the laying on of the hands. You're dealing with the gifts of the Spirit, like the gifts of miracles, working on miracles, the gifts of healing, faith. That is a healing revival. And people are supernaturally healed without any external things happening except for the laying on of the hands. You know, in the scripture you'll find out where Jesus went about laying hands on people. He didn't really pray for people. He basically commanded the diseases to depart, and they departed. So that's more in the line of a healing revival. And even maybe during a revival or conference, you know, people may get prayed for their sickness and disease. But what we're talking about, and what we're going to talk about for the remainder of this month, is a health revival, which is totally different. A health revival is designed to show you how to get your health back. Okay, we're talking about the blood pressure, the diabetes, the high cholesterol, the heart disease, the cancer, the obesity. All these things are related to your health. And today we're going to look at 5 signs our nations need a health revival. And stick to the end because I have an announcement I'm going to make also that's going to really bless you. And some of you may be able to partake of it, okay? So one of the signs, I'll put it for signs, what the data shows why it matters spiritually, and what can change with divine health. The number one is epidemic of chronic diseases. Yes, there's an epidemic, folks, of chronic diseases. As a matter of fact, around 129 million Americans have around 129 Americans have at least one major chronic disease, whether it's heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, even high cholesterol. At least one major chronic disease is happening about one out of every three Americans. Folks, that's just too high. So you're talking about over 40% have two or more chronic conditions. Now, 129 million have at least one major chronic condition, but over 40% have two or more conditions. Come on, this is too much. This is almost half. And what chronic diseases does, it slows the body down. Spiritually, it's like walking with weights on you, which we are not meant to do. Can you imagine yourself walking around with weights on you all day long? But this is what it's like. So the health revival is about removing those weights through prevention, through restoration, God's wisdom, and God's healing plant, which is Moringa oleifera. Okay, so we're talking about an epidemic of chronic diseases. You know, many people that are watching me, hello, Bright, even right now, some of you are dealing with some of these chronic diseases, whether it's high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, cancer. Listen, we can even throw like lupus in there, fibromyalgia, asthma. You know, all of these are things that mankind is fighting on a daily basis. And the sad reality is that some of you are on 5, 10, 15, 20 different medicines. Listen, I heard a man the other day that he said he's on 50 different prescription drugs. 50! Come on, somebody. That's just too many. The body can't contain all that. So you know he got something going on in his body. Okay, so the chronic diseases is number one. Number two is obesity and its ripple damage. As a matter of fact, 42% of United States adults are obese. 42%. Once again, almost half. And obesity contributes to 30 to 53% of new type 2 diabetes cases each year. So you see that? Obesity plays a part in people that's dealing with diabetes. Now listen, there are people that they're not obese and they're still dealing with diabetes, okay? So, but we're talking about obesity right now. And according to the American Heart Association, obesity isn't just about weight. Listen, it damages organs. It deals with your mind. It gives you a bad self-image of yourself. It often comes from imbalance, a lack of blessings in your diet and health practices. And what God has done, He's given us a plant like Moringa, okay, which nourishes the body and restores the body back to a state of homeostasis or balance. Okay, hello, Apostle. Okay, so this is obesity. 42% of Americans are obese. And another sad issue is that children are obese. I don't think there's anything worse than seeing an obese child. And it's sad because the child is only eating what the parent is putting in front of them. So guess what, parent? You are contributing to your child's obesity. You're going to have that child to contract type 1 diabetes and other sicknesses and diseases as he grows up. Because guess what? The child does not he does not drive himself to the grocery store to get his food. No. He eats what the parents put in front of him. You know, I remember when I was growing up, there are many things that my parents would put in front of me that I didn't even want to eat, like the greens. But she said, you're going to eat these greens. You're not getting no sweets. You got to eat these greens. Okay? So today, back then our parents took charge a lot more of our meals than many do today. Okay, listen, you won't get up from that table until you ate their food. But it's not like that today. Okay? So number 3 is diabetes, which is on the rise. And not only that, but diabetes is often hidden when you're looking at 38.4 million Americans are diabetics. Folks, that's over 11% of the population. 11% have diabetes. This is unacceptable. Okay? And listen to this here. Many more are in the pre-diabetic stages. You're looking at over 97 million people, they're like in the pre-diabetic stage, and their next stage is diabetes unless they take advantage, unless they become intentional and do something other than what they've been doing for years. They're going to tip over to the diabetes. And next thing you know, the doctor wants to put them on medicine. Folks, I'm telling you, it's a racket. It's a racket. Listen, you've got to do something for yourself. Okay? Do you not realize that there is no profit in healthy people? No profit. There's only profit in sick people. Let me say it again. There's only profit in sick people. If you get well, listen, your physicians would be out of business. So it's a job to keep you sick. And as you heard me often say, medicine does not get you back to health. Okay, it masks the disease. It only maintains your sickness and disease. But the reason it doesn't get you back to health is because it doesn't get to the root of the problem. It doesn't get to the core of the problem. And until you get to the root of the problem, you still got a problem. Okay? So diabetes is a large percentage remain, and even a large percentage remain undiagnosed. Then there's people that won't even go to the doctor, and they're walking around either pre-diabetic or diabetic. Okay, and especially men. Look, men just don't like going to get checkups. Okay, so many of them probably walking around with diabetes also. So diabetes shows how sickness creeps quietly. Okay, and the health revival calls us to awareness, early action, and God's intervention. Okay, listen, I'm telling you right now, the health revival is one of the main things that is needed in our society today. I'm trying to tell you folks, it's time to get America back to health. It's time. It's time to get American back to health. What is good for arthritis? For instant relief is the pain relief oil. Okay, this will give you instant relief. Within 5 minutes, it'll take the pain away. Now for long-term relief, you want to go with the Miracle Pack, which consists of the olive oil, the Moringa, and the vitamin D3. Okay, that's what you want to go for long-term relief. But if you're in pain right now, you want to get rid of that pain, I'm telling you folks, there's nothing to work quicker than this here. 5 minutes, the pain is gone. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is so many people has multiple conditions. 1 out of 3 adults have at least one condition, but 4 in 10 have 2 or more. And this causes healthcare to skyrocket and cause chronic diseases take up the majority of healthcare spending. Folks, I'm telling you, it's real. It's real. Having one condition is bad enough. But when you got 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm telling you, it's just, it's of the devil. Okay? God would not have put in 3 John 2 in his Bible if he did not want you to be in health. If he did not see and know that health is your greatest asset. Okay? He wants you in health. And the 5th thing is, let's see here. Okay, let's look at carrying many conditions is like carrying burdens not meant for our backs. In other words, this leads to dependence on medicine instead of dependence on God. And what revival does, it means freeing people from both disease and the chains of financial and emotional burden. Folks, listen, Jesus said, I came to set the captives free, to set at liberty those that are bruised. The first Adam plunged the entire mankind into sin and darkness. Sickness came as a result of that. The last Adam, which is Jesus Christ, came to free man and to deliver man from sin and sickness. But because man has a free will, then he has a right to choose whether he wants to continue in the first Adam or continue in the last Adam. He can choose whether he wants to continue to eat all these bad foods or if he wants to begin to bring about a change in his eating habits, because folks, I'm telling you, a majority of your sickness is the foods you're eating. I know it's tight, but it's right. Okay? The food you're eating is causing havoc on your body. It's amazing. What's good for lowering blood pressure? The Miracle Pack. The Miracle Pack. And listen, I've had a customer with blood pressure 200 over 170. 200 over 150. Anyway, it was extremely high. Go back to the doctor, 120 over 78. See, here's the reason. Here's the reason we get testimonies every day. It's because there's only one disease. Just one. Not 30, not 300, not 40. Listen, not 50,000 like the World Health Organization says. There's only one disease, and that's malnutrition. And malnutrition, once again, is defined as an imbalance of nutrients that the body must have the function and the nutrient that it gets. When you got high blood pressure, you're deficient of magnesium, potassium, calcium, just to name a few. Your body is deprived of the abundance of these things that it needs to stabilize your blood pressure. Okay? So the fifth thing, lifestyle patterns that feed sickness. Diets high in processed foods. There you go. There you go, folks. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, low activity levels, and other risk behaviors are contributing heavily to sickness and disease. Obesity, hypertension, diabetes are strongly connected to diet or your eating patterns. Rates of obesity and diabetes have steadily risen over the past decade, folks. This is according to the publichealth.edu.ed. We got to make a change. And when we live in ways disconnected from God's design, which is nutrition, eating healthy, rest, movement, our health suffers. It suffers. Listen, you can get your health back quickly. All you have to do is change your routine. Really, it's as simple as that. Stop eating the fried foods. Stop eating the fast food. Stop eating the pork. Stop drinking the sodas. Start eating the sweets. If you would do those things right there, folks, I'm telling you, this will be a lifestyle change that will completely eradicate that pattern of sickness and disease. I'm trying to tell you. The health revival is about returning to Eden, which is God's place where there was no sickness and disease. It means eating God's way. You know, it's like walking in the Garden of Eden with the rhythm of God. It's using natural provisions like Moringa and olive oil to supply your body with those essential nutrients that it needs for health, wellness, and healing. Remember, your body must have 90 plus nutrients on a daily basis. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 fatty acids on a daily basis. Listen, and you can't be missing one. If you're missing one, just one, whether it's gold or silver or copper or vitamin D or vitamin K, that's an open door to malnutrition and an open door to sickness and disease. So when we look at these statistics, it shows that there is an urgency, or there should be an urgency. People are hurting physically, emotionally, spiritually, and this is what God has called eating what is Moringa and position us, listen, as more than a product, but a tool in God's hands to begin restoration. Folks, this is a healing revival. This is a health revival to get your health back. But listen, you got to make the changes. God's not going to come down from heaven to make the changes. Okay? God may not directly speak to you in your spirit or in your ear and tell you to change. But he got people like me and people like others that are telling you on a daily basis on these social media sites and wherever you see us, you got to do something different. Okay? You can't do the same thing and expect different results. Okay? It doesn't work that way. If you want something you never had, as someone said, you got to do something you've never done. Okay? So these health revivals must involve education, as I'm giving you knowledge right now, and prevention. It's got to involve both of them. Remember, God said, my people are destroyed for 2 reasons. Listen, not the devil. He didn't say the devil. He's already defeated. He said because of a lack of knowledge, meaning you don't have the education. You don't have the knowledge that you need. You don't know what you need to know. And you don't, and you're not preventing because even though you may know it, you're not applying what you know. Okay? So many chronic diseases are preventable, especially when they're caught early. But you know what I always teach, there's no such thing as an irreversible or incurable disease. There's only a nutrition deficient body. Okay? So we're here during this entire month with the health revival to teach you faith, wellness, herbs of the field, according to the word of God, so that we can reduce the need for emergency fixes like medication. God never designed your body to take medicine. Never. It is a byproduct. Okay? So, we're here to show you how to make it happen. Okay? Through this month of health revival. Now, every Tuesday, we have our Q&A session. So we're definitely going to do it on Tuesday. But every day of the week, we're going to post something, have a reel, or come up live to educate you about the health revival for the remainder of this month. Listen, get your family members, get your friends. Listen, share this with them. Look, share this on your page so that they can get the education that they need. Because folks, listen, out there, you're not going to get education. You're not going to get biblical education. You're not going to get real nutritional education out there. You're going to get medicine out there. Okay? Yes. All right? So the thing I want to show with you as we come to a close, we are getting ready to start something in the month of October. Oh, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. The first Tuesday of October, we're going to begin, you've probably seen it on my page, the Great Nutrition Showdown. You see that? The Great Nutrition Showdown. Vegan diets versus God's way of eating. There you go, folks. Beginning October the 2nd, we're going to have a nutritional showdown. Listen, call it a debate, if that's what you want to call it. But we're going to go toe-to-toe with vegans, give them an opportunity to explain why they believe that vegan is the best diet or method of eating versus God's way of eating. Oh, you can come? Yes, listen, you're all invited. I mean, even if you want to be a part of the showdown, the debate, okay, listen, I will bring you on live and we'll go through it. Okay, we'll start this in October. There's a lot of controversy about we should be eating vegan. We should not be eating meats. Okay, I mean, you got a lot of health teachers out here that's saying we only supposed to be vegans, fruits and vegetables. Yes. And there are more people spouting that than there are people like me that's saying God has given us meats to eat. Certain meats to eat, not all meats. So we're going to have this showdown to educate you and let you leave with your own decision of what you think is God's way of eating. Okay? Would you like that? If so, give me a thumbs up. I'll say yes. Okay? Let me hear from you. If you would like to see this great nutrition showdown and you want some answers about vegan diets versus God's way of eating, let me hear from you. Okay? Let me hear from you. It's time to put this thing to rest, because there are too many people, listen, that are depriving themselves of foods that they can be eating that can actually help them to get their health back. And as I often say, Jesus was not a vegan. Come on, somebody. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, Frida, Peggy, God bless you. Okay. So listen, we're going to go to the depths of this thing. We're going to hit it. We're going to deal with it from all aspects. We are going to put this thing to rest. Okay? So that you will leave knowing what is the best lifestyle change that you need to be doing. Is it vegan? Is it vegetarian? Or is it God's way of eating? What is the best way? Okay? And we're going to show you how to do that. Okay? So I ask that you share. And listen, don't forget, we still have the Kingdom VIP available. There's a few spots left. The first 25, listen, you're going to get $130 worth of products for only $75. We're talking about the olive oil, the Moringa. We're talking about the Moringa tea. We're talking about the pain relief oil. Oh, yeah. We're talking about some products, folks. Only 25 people will be allowed to partake of that. Okay? All right, listen. God bless you, everyone. I'm your teacher and spiritual doctor of health and healing. And remember, 3 John 2 says, Beloved, I wish above all things you would prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. God bless you. Go to the website, get what you need, order what you need in order to give your body what it needs. Because remember, the health of your cells determines the health of your body. God bless you. Bye-bye.